another day, another training session. Gonna do another 4 hours today. Pretty much the same as that ride that I did last week in the Lake District. I don't know if you remember that video, where I've got different efforts to do in the 4 different hours of riding. So it's a pretty hard ride. I'm doing a bit of a loop before I head over there to that hill right in the distance, where I'll do the first set of efforts, some 5 minute zone 5 efforts. Got to do 5 in total. Don't feel too bad today after racing last night. Legs feel alright at the minute, but you never know, it might be a different story in a couple of hours time. It's sunny as well, and apparently this is going to be the last day of sun for a few days, so yeah, I want to make the most of it. Alright, that's 2 out of 4. 2 out of 4 of the 5 minute efforts done. The first efforts that I got to do, just rolling back down the hill for number 3, and it works out pretty well in this climb. Like, it's a pretty much consistent sort of 6, 7, 8%, so you can just get into a nice tempo. But I've got a live segment on my Wahoo, so I'm pretty much just following that. My previous personal best before today was 5 minutes. That first one I did like 4 minutes 50. Then the second one 4 minutes 45, so yeah, it's nice to just have that little bit of self competition to compete against, but at the same time I'm trying not to get carried away because I got a long ride today. I'm trying to keep it controlled around like 400 watts, otherwise I'm going to get to hour 3 and just hit the wall. So far so good. Done all my 5 minute efforts, the 4 5-minute efforts. Just did a 15-minute tempo effort there, got another one in about 5 minutes. We're into the 3rd hour of the ride now, and yeah, feeling pretty good. When I did this session last week, I full on cracked when I got to the 3-minute efforts in the last hour, so yeah, that's what I'm thinking about at the minute, trying to get those done. These efforts that I'm doing in the last hour, I'm gonna do them on a climb called Stony Lane. It's like a 4-minute climb, so it's perfect for my 3-minute efforts, but it's only sort of 15 minutes away from my house. So I've done 3 hours. I'm going back past my house to head over to that climb, and I need to refill my bottles. So I thought, instead of stopping at the shop and paying and buying bottles of water, I'd just come home to fill the bottles up. Just drinking an emergency Coke before I set off again. Alright, last hour. Here we go, full of sugar, full of Coke. 5 3-minute efforts. Let's do this. And that's 5. Left the camera in my pocket whilst I was doing for the entirety of that last hour, just because like the hard efforts, and I didn't want to have the distraction. I can't even speak, I'm that I didn't want to have the distraction of the camera. Come on, little mate here. Hello. Yeah, I felt decent up until, well, the last effort. I guess that's the idea of these efforts. They're called finishing efforts. So it's like you try and just go to your capacity until you blow, basically, to finish the session. And I'm pretty sure that's what I did in that last effort there. I didn't have my average power. The only things I got on my Wahoo is my real-time power and my lap time, because they're just full gas anyway, so it doesn't really matter what your average power is. Well, I mean, it does matter, but like visually looking at it, if you're going as hard as you can and you see that like you're 50 watts down in the previous effort, it can be quite demoralizing. So I figured the best means of practice would to be just take it off the screen completely for these efforts. All right, I'm riding home now. Last real training session today ahead of our next races. Got a couple of easy days now before we're back racing on Sunday at the Leicester Commerce, which is the penultimate round of the National Road Series. I've had a good 3-week break. I mean, I call it a 3-week break. I've still done a couple of crits, but in terms of the big races, I've had about a 3-week break since our last race, which I think was GP Parenchies in France. So yeah, really looking forward to hitting the end of the season hard, and yeah, hopefully coming home with a few results in the bigger races before the end of the season comes. So some of you know, some of you may also not know, but one of St. Piran's main financial backers in 2018 has been Rattler Cider, which is a Cornish-based company that produce cider. They are also the ones that are hosting the Rattler Ride Sportif. Quick side note on that, if any of you guys are interested, head over to the Rattler Pro Ride website. I'll put the link in the description. If anyone wants to come and ride alongside me, race me up any climbs, or just dish out a bit of abuse to me, feel free to sign up and come along. I'm going to be taking part in the 100-mile route, the longest route. It's by no means going to be a race. It's just going to be a casual ride. Yeah, it should be a good day on the 8th of September. Anyway, I digress. Rattler, who've been one of the team's main financial backers, have just released like a limited edition cider. It's called the St. Piran Elite Cider, which is for sale down in Cornwall, but also it's available to purchase online. Again, the link for that will be in the description as well. And it's a real innovative way to help fund the team in 2019 as we go into next season. Basically, for any of the cider, the St. Piran cider that's purchased, a percentage of that revenue goes into the team. So if anyone wants to, you don't have to, but if anyone wants to help support the team, and especially support them for going into 2019, yeah, head over to the Rattler website and get yourself some cider. I mean, I don't drink alcohol, so I can't really comment, but from what I've been told from various different people, it's really good stuff if you're into your cider. All right, that's the end of today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.